Folks, I just wanted to make a quick video. Well, it's not really going to be quick. It's two parts. This first part raises a question with the NFLPA decertifying. Does that mean that Madden will not have the real players? I would believe that to be true. I'm like, the question is still out there, and meaning to me won't mean a thing because I'm not even gonna buy a Madden 12 this year. But with that being said, alright, so that's part one. Alright, part two. Within the last year and some change, I have grown fond of a bunch of games that I've purchased in the year. I'm gonna just throw them up, see if folks like to agree with me. Splinter Cell Conviction was a good one. I always liked Splinter Cell. Always was a big fan of Sam Fisher, sneaking around, using strategy. You note how it says use strategy, even though you could run and gun in this game versus the past Splinter Cell. So, like I said, Conviction, a great game. Let's go to my favorite shooter, Battlefield Bad Company 2, and then Battlefield Bad Company 3, soon to come out later this year. What I liked about Battlefield Bad Company is that, again, you could use strategy to flank, do whatever. You can destroy buildings and stuff, so no cover was safe. Shoot, and just team strategy is all important in this game. So those that don't know about it need to get it. Alright, so now we're on to our top three. Basically I did a top five, but here's our top three favorites, and it's gonna be hard because some may not like who I have as number one. As you can tell, I'm making this selection right now. I'm going to start with All Pro Football 2K8. And I know I said purchase within the last year and a half, and this says 2K8, but I did purchase it as of 2 weeks ago. I previously owned two other copies before that. I think before I had past frustrations with this game, but in light of getting frustrated with Madden, I had to hop back on that 2K8. Definitely, main thing here is that you have real technique, real football incorporated in this game, and let me close up of Jerry Rice's face. Okay, you see that right there? Madden had Rice in the game when he was with the Oakland Raiders, and his face never looked like that. That is real Rice. Somebody's gonna say that's a funny comment, but I'm not a comedian, so whatever. Number two, folks are gonna be pissed that I'm putting this game as number two. Best basketball game ever made, but number two in my list because I don't know. Like I said, I thought about it in the last few seconds, but I like the fact that they have Jordan in the game, as you can see here. They have Michael Jordan on the cover. No current players, because no current player should be worthy to grace the cover of a great game like this, the greatest ever, 2K11 for this year. Because I bet you 2K12 is gonna blow things away, especially with Elite retooling. So great thing for competition. One thing I like about 2K11 is the gameplay. It's authentic. It's real. I would like to see them incorporate real-time physics at some point, but the animations are smooth and are contextual. So there you go. Alright, number one game in my library that I consider an all-time favorite. Now, before, I used to flop back and forth between EA and 2K as far as their hockey franchise, and there you have it. NHL 11, number one favorite game in my library right now. I love it because I've been following hockey ever since I was 6 years old. I'm 30, getting ready to turn 31 later this month, as this is March 1st. The best month of the year. I challenge anybody to say any other month is any better. But yeah, NHL 11. I'm probably one of the few people, or a few black men out there that actually follow hockey, know what's going on. My favorite team is the Caps. If I had a Capitals hat, I would be wearing that too, but right now, Redskins will do. But yeah, I would say anybody who hasn't copped NHL 11, and if they're gonna hold off to NHL 12, then go right ahead. But I would suggest getting this game. This game has real-time physics, as I've been stating in past videos. This game, authentic, real players, authentic teams, authentic CBA installed in its franchise mode. I think you can compete up to 25, 30 seasons of it. This is the most authentic game out there today, NHL 11. I suggest you get that game, play it, and enjoy it, because EA Sports has real-time physics. It's just not in the football game. It's in the hockey game. It's in every other game but the football game. So EA Sports definitely needs to step the game up. I'm going to just go ahead and make a correction. I sat there and said that NHL 11 was the most authentic game out there. Clearly I was wrong. MLB The Show is clearly the most authentic game out there. So enough said about that. Okay, last part I talked about NHL being my favorite game in my library, and how I tossed Madden out the side in the beginning of it. I want to look at something, and I'm sure folks have caught on to this. Go back to the podcast back around Christmas time, the infamous podcast where Ian Cummings, Donnie Moore, and Pasta Padre are talking. And one of the questions came out was about one of the frustrations that they had is that they always found that anything they wanted to put into the game, they felt like they couldn't put into the game because it'd be their and correct me if I'm wrong. If anybody remembers the podcast, clearly, even Ian Cummings, remember this podcast. If I misquote, then I apologize, but I am going to throw it out there that because of lack of time, not enough time, and not enough resources. And when I look at resources, I'm thinking money. How is that possible when you're the flagship game of EA Sports? How do you not have enough money? And with having enough money, the technology is definitely out there. Games like FIFA, NHL, Backbreaker, and what Elite is trying to do. Clearly, the technology is out there, and clearly, you guys have the money because you are the EA's flagship game. So, EA Sports flagship game. I'm sure EA does have a flagship game in Mass Effect, which is doing very well. So I just wanted to throw that out there. That's as far as NHL being the third or fourth ranked game in the EA Sports division, how it could have more in its game than Madden, who's the top seller. I don't think anything will come out of EA Tiburon or whatever to counter that, because there's no excuse. You make more money than any other game in the EA Sports division, and you put nothing into it. John Madden should take his name off the game, because that's the only reason why you guys are still selling video games.